what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Joe Budden explains why he doesn't like Megan Thee Stallion. I've seen this woman do horrible things to some really great people. So guys, Joe Budden had some very interesting things to say about Megan Thee Stallion, especially during this time where she's kind of in the spotlight, right? This is what he had to say in regards to his opinion about Megan Thee Stallion in specific. Let's get it.
I stand in my dislike for the girl. So let me be clear to the audience. That has nothing to do with this case or Tory Lanez. For me personally, I've seen this woman do horrible things to some really great people that I have long-standing relationships with in this industry. So I'm biased. Like, you can't just treat my friends and people I work with and people I've seen in this game for 15 years a certain way. That aside, I'm talking about her and what she's chosen to do professionally. I want to be clear, I don't know her as a person. She could be amazing, but there's a lot to deal with when you sign, and a lot happens fast.
All right, guys, so you heard it for yourself. Joe Budden pretty much just said, hey, I don't like Megan Thee Stallion because of the way she's treated my friends and people I know personally. Now, I want to say this before I read these comments because this pissed a lot of people off. And you guys know how black women who are a huge support of Megan Thee Stallion feel about Joe Budden. But I want to say this. It's really interesting to me to notice that a lot of celebrities really don't mess with Megan like that, right? A lot of people have dissed her, and it looks like she doesn't have a very good reputation or good relationships with people in the music industry. Now, that could just be Hollywood looking for an opportunity to bring her down, or bad relationships, negative encounters that she's had with a lot of people. As always, we're going to check out some of these comments. First comment here comes from a woman, and it says, oh my gosh, leave this woman alone. Mental health is a thing, she goes on to say. When people commit suicide, everyone's like, oh my gosh, what could have tipped him/her off the edge? Well, it's an accumulation of little unnecessary things like this. Let this girl be. She's going through a lot already as it is. Geez, with the exclamation mark at Megan Thee Stallion with the heart. Next comment here says, we can say the same about you. And so, of course, they're saying we can say the same about you, Joe. And another comment here says, men who beat women usually don't like strong women. Another woman here says, imagine not liking someone you don't know personally and only know one side of the story, all while you're guilty of doing horrible things too, with the laughing emoji. Another man here says, I don't think Joe liked women at all, but whatever. With the shoulder shrug. Another chick here says, it's always black men. Another woman here added, why he always got another female name in his mouth though. 907 likes. And they want to be treated unequally, right? They don't want the same energy you would give a man. It's always in situations where a woman is in an unfavorable position that women want to remind you that they are women. Like, that's a woman you're talking to right there. And there's some hypocrisy in this. You women today claim to be strong and independent. You claim to not need men. You claim to be grown women. And you also refuse to drink coffee.
Put that coffee down.
You can't just, when it suits you, want to be treated like women when you go around letting everybody know there is no difference between you and a man, and you should be treated like a man. So should you be treated like a man at all times, or should women only be treated like a man when it benefits them, right? Make it make sense. Because if a man was in this position and was being accused of maybe making false stories, and people felt strongly that that man might be lying, then it's all gloves off. They're bringing up everything. They're bringing up his past, and there's no sympathy here, right? There's no sympathy for a man who's made mistakes. And so since we're living in an equal world, it's time to be independent. It's time to be strong. That sympathy goes right outside the window. And that's what these women want. They want the privilege of being women when it's time to be a woman. But when it's time to make a sandwich, now we got a problem. Next comment here from another woman says, he's just trying to aid in tarnishing her image during her trial. Why pick now to speak on it? Another woman here says men need to put down podcasts and go back to doing manual labor. And of course, you know, I made the sandwich joke, and you know, in our society that's like terrible, but a chick can say, go build something. Hey, we're gonna fire back too. It's time for women to be grown men. It's time for them to be the grown men they have claimed to be. You are just like a man, so you will get treated like a man. There's no taking it easy, right? And here's who's to really blame for all this. We can have Amber Heard to thank, because it was only a matter of time when a woman was going to lie for the sake of falsely accusing a man and take that shit way too far. Amber Heard is to blame. We have her to thank, actually, because now whenever there's inconsistencies with the woman's false allegations, there's actually a group of people who are open to the fact that a woman may be lying, right? As always, guys, curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.